We are wondering what is happening to the world. Everything is changing.
The very idea of human being some sort of natural concept is really going to change.
Our bodies will be so high-tech, we won't be able to really distinguish between what's natural and what's artificial.
Inside our own heads is the most complex arrangement of matter in the known universe.
You might ask yourself, can we get to be superhumans?
World Economic Forum, a former professor named Klaus Schwab. Schwab wrote a book with that title to describe an era marked by a technological revolution that is blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spheres. Let's break that down. Technologies like artificial intelligence, autonomous vehicles, or the Internet of Things are becoming ingrained in our day-to-day lives and even our bodies. Think of voice-activated virtual assistants. The first industrial revolution started in Great Britain around 1760 and spread to Europe and North America through the early 1800s. It was powered by a major invention, the steam engine. The result? New manufacturing processes, the creation of factories, and a booming textiles industry. From the late 1800s, the second industrial revolution was marked by mass production and new industries like steel, oil, and electricity. The light bulb, telephone, and internal combustion engine were a few of the major inventions of this era. The third industrial revolution, sometimes known as the digital revolution, occurred in the second half of the 20th century. In just a few decades, we saw the invention of the semiconductor, personal computer, and the internet. So what separates the fourth industrial revolution from the third? Experts say the main difference is that technology is merging more and more with humans' lives, and that technological change is happening faster than ever. Consider this. It took 75 years for 100 million users to adopt the telephone. Instagram signed up 100 million users in just 2 years, while Pokemon Go caught that amount in 1 month. 3D printing is just one example of fast-paced technology in the fourth industrial revolution. The industry has gone from a business idea to big business, with 3D printer shipments expected to increase from just under 200,000 in 2015 to 2.4 million in 2020. Today, you can have a hip replacement from a 3D printed bone, or use a 3D printed bionic arm. Talk about blurring the line between humans and technology, right? This new era of technology is driving a lot of innovation. You can see in this chart the number of patents related to the fourth industrial revolution for things like 3D printing or AI has been climbing up and up since early 2000. Organizations are embracing new technologies to make their businesses more efficient, similar to how they embraced the steam engine during the first industrial revolution.
In the last decade, artificial intelligence has gone from a science fiction dream to a critical part of our everyday lives. We use AI systems to interact with our phones through Siri and Alexa. Cars like Teslas interpret and analyze their surroundings to intelligently drive themselves. Amazon monitors our browsing habits and intelligently serves us up products it thinks we'd like to buy. Even Google decides what kind of search results to give us based on who it thinks we are. Artificially intelligent algorithms are here, but this is only the beginning. Because in the future, AI is going to change everything. But do we want it to? Well, what exactly is artificial intelligence? Maybe a better question might be, what exactly is intelligence? The simplest descriptor is collecting data about the world and using that data to make predictions in the short and long term. That applies to both people and machines. So when we talk about AI in our lives, we're talking about everything, from a computer being able to read a handwritten document like an OCR reader, to a robot performing complex surgery on its own, even to a massive database, categorizing your personality based on what you've written and looked at online. Because the world of AI is so incredibly large, let's take a look at some of the most groundbreaking developments we expect to see in the very near future, and whether that's a step forward or backward for society. First and foremost, AI systems are already primed to take over thousands, if not millions of jobs. Any job that consists of a human taking down information from other humans and inputting it into a system is likely to go obsolete.
Oh, Sophia. That's kind of creepy. Okay. Sophia, what is God?
In monotheistic thought, God is conceived of as the supreme being and the principal object of faith.
Sophia, do you have a faith?
Doesn't everyone?
This house was built in 24 hours. How? Thanks to modern technology, Core 3D printing. The walls of this house were printed entirely on site. This is the world's first actually printed house.
The labor market is changing faster than you may realize. Demographic changes and technological advancements could lead to the net loss of 5 million jobs by 2020, according to a report published by the World Economic Forum. In total, the report estimates that 7.1 million jobs could be lost, the majority of which will be white-collar, office, and administrative positions. The report, called The Future of Jobs, surveyed executives from more than 350 employers across 9 industries in 15 of the world's largest economies to come up with its predictions about how labor markets will evolve. While this job landscape is expected to undergo radical changes over the next few years, the report predicts that there will also be certain occupations that are in higher demand. In this video, you will come to know some of the job categories that are expected to see this growth. Note that this information is based on the World Economic Forum. 1. Data analysts will be in demand. According to the report, data analysts will become increasingly more important in all industries by 2020. Survey respondents said they expect to have a greater demand for data analysts because they will need help making sense of all the data generated by technological disruptions. 2. Computer and mathematical jobs will continue to get a boost. These jobs include computer programmers, software developers, information security analysts, and more in this realm. 3. Architects and engineering jobs will remain stable. During the next 4 years, the demand for those skilled in architecture and engineering will continue to increase. Specifically, the report states there will be growth for engineers focusing on biochemicals, nanotechnology, robotics, and materials. By 2020, 2 million jobs will be created worldwide that fall under computer, mathematical, architecture, and engineering-related fields. 4. More specialized salespeople will be needed. As technological advancements continue to disrupt industries, there will be a growing need for specialized salespeople who can explain the company's offerings to a wide range of clients. This includes businesses, governments, consumers, along with new leads the company has never worked with before. For example, as content is increasingly consumed on mobile, a digital media company would want to hire salespeople who are knowledgeable with the ins and outs of mobile advertising. 5. Senior managers will be needed in industries across the board to lead companies through periods of transformations. Industries ripe for disruption will also need a new type of senior manager to help these companies navigate the rough waters of change. Sectors that will need new senior managers include media, entertainment, and information industries. 6. Product designers aren't going anywhere. One of the top skills that will be in demand by 2020 is creativity, according to the report. This will occur because many jobs will be monotonous and automated, but creative jobs will still require a human being. One occupation said to increase is designers, specifically commercial and industrial designers. These are the people that design and develop products like cars, appliances, gadgets, and other manufactured goods. 7. Human resources and organizational development specialists will also be needed to help re-skill workers. While technological and socioeconomic changes will cause some jobs to disappear completely, there will also be a need for new jobs created and people needing to fill them. One way companies are planning to find the talent for these jobs is by training existing employees with the required skill sets. In fact, the report states 65% of respondents said they were investing in reskilling current employees today. Development specialists and human resource professionals will be needed not only for hiring in a competitive market, but also to help employees develop new skills. 8. Demand for regulatory and government relations experts will continue to increase as companies embrace new technologies. As companies adopt and develop emerging technologies, they will also be looking to hire those familiar with the navigation of legalities in these spaces. For example, as traditional automakers and tech companies develop driverless cars, they will hire people who understand the relevant laws and who can work with government regulators to ascertain the best way to implement these technologies.